This video is going to show you the exact strategy and setup that I use to get people signing up 10 at a time onto my HighLevel white label, so stick around. Hey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Dom and I'm a certified HighLevel admin and saaspreneur. Over the past 2 years, I've been growing my SaaS white label to over 200 customers, and I'm documenting my journey all the way to 2,000 customers here on my YouTube channel. And recently, I started employing a sales strategy that has absolutely mind-blowing results. I'm now able to sign up and onboard 10 people at a time without a single sales call. But before I get into the actual sales strategy, I want to caveat this and show you the things that have to be in place first before you can start signing people up 10 at a time, so you don't pull your hair out and it doesn't become a giant cluster. So let's dive right into my computer and we'll start with the end in mind and work our way backwards. So what I've pulled up on screen here is a template of a thank you page that I use to onboard my people. And if you stick to the end of the video, I'm actually going to show you how you can download this exact template yourself and you can use it on your own HighLevel SaaS plan. The reason why this page exists, and this is actually the first page that somebody sees right after they swipe their credit card. So what's going to happen is they're going to swipe their credit card, they're going to pay for the first month of service. The absolute next page that they're going to see is this thank you page, or I call it the welcome page. And what this does is this one thanks them for their purchase and it tells them welcome to your software, which again is going to basically tells them that the purchase is complete. But the reason why this page is here is this page is going to act like a landmark and it's going to start the automated onboarding process. If you're going to be onboarding people 10 at a time, you better have either an onboarded or an outsourced onboarding process, because you're not going to be able by yourself to onboard 10 people at a time. They're all going to swipe their cards at the same time. They're all going to want you to help them right away. So the key to this is having either outsourced or a do-it-yourself onboarding system. What makes this page work is this page actually acts as a landmark because it's the first thing that they see. It tells them what to expect and it gives them instructions as to what to do next. It starts up here with the welcome to awesome software, or whatever your software name might be. Basically, you want to give a paragraph here in your own voice which explains the importance of getting them to read the page, because this page is quite long and some people are going to see this go, that's a lot of words, and they're going to click right off. So you want to sell them on reading the page here. But then what I do is I actually come down here and tell them the steps to what to do. I give them the instructions on how to log in, what to look for, what the subject line on an email is going to be, who the email is going to come through, and then also how to where to actually go to get logged in. Next one down here, I'm telling them their passwords. A lot of times when people first log in, they've got a lot of hand holding with their passwords. I let them know what to do with their password. Then what we start to do to come down into the initial automated setup is I give them a series of videos to watch to get their account set up, because people are not unique and everybody has the same couple things they have to do to get their account live. So what I do is I link to all of those type pages over here. And then what I'm also going to do is on the bottom of this page, I'm also going to give them all the resources and all the layers of support here on a landmark page that they can come back to. That's bookmarked, and a lot of it is self-guided help. So what this does is this actually offloads a lot of the support and onboard burden off of me and puts it on the customer. Now, the first thing in this process that I have everyone do is I go through a quick start guide. Now, here is a templated quick start guide. So that first link on that first page of quick start guide comes into here. And what this does now is this actually gives them a short 20 to 30 minute series of videos to get everything up and live. Things like their domain, how to get logged in, get their email live, and basically get the snapshot that I give them and the framework I give them hooked up and live in about 30 minutes. And as we go through the template, we see the welcome. I give them the big picture, show them how to hook up a domain, the first website, which is the website I give them on my framework. I go to the emails, and then the final step is basically what's next. Get plugged into the community. If you guys have agency services or there's something else that you want to get your clients to do onboarding after they get live, if you have other courses, a community, this is basically where you tell them once they get through the first step, what's next, right? Give them a defined path to go on, and people are going to have a much better onboarding experience. And for clients who don't want to DIY onboarding and people who just want to pay money and have me or somebody on my team onboard it for them, and for people who'd rather not do the DIY onboarding and would rather just pay someone to have me set it up for them, what I do is I basically will offer that during the sales process. I'll show you about that later. And then what I do is I actually run my people through Extendly, and Extendly gets them all onboarded, does a couple of Zoom calls with them, and they get set up according to my framework. If you want, I'll leave a link down to them down below, and you can check them out if you want. They've been great for my onboarding support for the people who want more of a white glove experience. It's important that you actually load a predetermined framework into every single sub account that buys with your program. And you should do this for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're gonna have a very well-defined path when they go and they start onboarding. So basically on your quick start guide, what you're doing is you're telling them, I've set up some custom values over here for you to go in and fill in the blanks to make my framework yours. What you're doing is you're basically taking a blank HighLevel account, which is essentially a blank sketchpad, and rather than teaching them how to draw themselves, what you're doing is you're giving them guardrails and giving them basically a color by numbers book. You're basically telling them, hey, I gave you the wireframe in order to set up your account. All you have to do is bring some of your pictures, bring some of your information, fill in the blanks, and you're gonna have a professional looking website. And you'll be shocked at how many people are excited to do this themselves when you've taken all of the thinking out of it. You're just telling them, this is the path, this is what's worked for others. Bring your own stuff and plug it into our system and it will start to work. And again, by templatizing the onboarding process, you're allowed to onboard more people at once because you're not doing one-on-one white glove service with everybody. But things do go wrong, especially if you're onboarding a lot of people quickly. If you're doing people 10 at a time or 10 people a week, you're going to start running into issues because not everybody's going to load properly. Not everybody's going to follow the videos. Not everybody's going to watch the videos. So what you need to do, so again, it's not on you to do everything 100%. You need to have some sort of a support or ticket system in place or a chat. I have Extendly on my chat here. You can see it on the inside here on the bottom. I actually put their little chat widget right down here, and you can go ahead and you can actually talk to a person, a chat agent. And this allows me again to free up some more bandwidth so I can keep getting people signed up while Extendly is going to handle all of the people who come in and maybe they get lost during the framework. And if you have all three of these, the automated onboarding, the defined framework and path, and also the robust support to go with it, you are ready to start building your conversion machine where you can start signing people up 10 at a time, where I'm also going to be running a free community to help you implement all of the strategies that I talk about here on the YouTube channel. And again, with the conversion machine, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the end in mind. So what this is going to be is the last step in the process is going to be sending everybody who's at your conversion event, you're going to send them down a post-event sales funnel. And that page is going to look something like this. It's going to be a simple order form with a simple headline talking about the offer that you made at the event, just to let people know that they're in the right place and they're on the right page. Then it's a simple order form right down here with another picture of your stack slide showing people what they get as part of the offer. And it's going to basically, again, you're going to talk about all of the things that come with your account and then explain a refund policy here, or if you're doing a trial, whatever your risk reversal is, put a little box around here, because payment processors really like it when you have your terms stated clearly before somebody swipes a credit card. So it starts right here. So you're going to go ahead, you're going to make your offer on the event. They're going to come over to this page that's over here. And when they swipe their card, they're not actually going to go right to a thank you page. What you're going to do is you can either add an order bump on the order form itself for premium onboarding for a couple $100. People are willing to pay that. Or you can go to what's called an OTO page, which is a one-time offer. Basically what this is, when somebody swipes their card on this page, it's going to be a video of you that's about a minute long, explaining them some sort of upgrade that they can get right now for one time only. This OTO offer could be either an annual plan where you get 2 months free. It could be a higher level service plan. It could be additional agency services that you offer. Whatever it is on top of the basic SaaS plan that you're selling during the event, that's what you're going to put on this page. And at the bottom, there's going to be a simple yes or no button for them to add, upgrade, or not upgrade their order. After that, you're going to land them on the thank you page and they're going to start their onboarding process the way that we just discussed. So again, it's going to be conversion event into the funnel, which is your base offer plus any add-ons, and you end on the thank you page. And then the second sales funnel that we're going to have to build for this conversion event machine is going to be the pre-registration funnel. And now the pre-event registration funnel only consists of 2 pages. It's 2 very simple pages. You have an opt-in page, which I have here, which talks about your event as a training. And now your pre-event registration page is going to be very simple. It's going to be 2 pages. There's going to be a registration page, just like the template that I brought up here on screen. And you're basically pitching your event as a training on how to solve a niche problem. I talk about this more in another video. I'll put a card right up here linking to it, talking about how to frame your conversion event. But basically right now it's going to say how it's never been easier to get result without pain. Just basically come join this free training where I'm going to teach you how to solve this niche problem. Again, it's a very simple opt-in page. You've probably built dozens of these. It's no different. We're going to talk about everything there. Now, after the opt-in page is where the real secret sauce lies. And it all lies on the registration confirmation page. When you're driving traffic to your event, everybody's going to see this page. Everybody who registers to your event is going to see this page. However, if you're running a webinar or you're running a challenge, only about 30% of people are actually going to see the event, and even more are going to drop off when you actually go to make the pitch. So what we're going to do to ensure that every single lead at least sees what you have to offer, we're gonna make a very soft pitch on this registration confirmation page. So again, I brought up another template up here on the screen where it says registration confirmed. Basically, you wanna just tell the person that, hey, your registration confirmed, you landed in the right spot. And then you're gonna put a slight little 1 to 2 minute video here, thanking them for their registration, explaining to them the next steps and all the reminders leading up to the event. But then you're also gonna do is you're gonna encourage them to start a free trial of the software and put a button right below the video. And the pretense here is I'm gonna be talking about the software over on the webinar. If you wanna bring better questions and try it out beforehand, click down below. It's a free trial. You can always cancel before we charge you. But again, go there, click around and get a feel for it so you can bring better questions to the event. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna allow every single person who registers the opportunity to at least start a trial. Versus 100 people are going to register, only about 30 people are gonna show up. If you're doing a great job, 40 people show up. And there's 60 people who never, ever get the opportunity to give you money. And so on the bottom here, this button right over here is clutch. And then also on the page, you wanna give people basically their event ticket. You wanna give them a link, ask them to bookmark it, because if you're doing a Zoom or you're doing a Facebook group, whatever you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna link it to this button here. And then also give them dates to mark off on their calendar. And now comes the conversion event itself. Now, the reason why I keep calling it a conversion event and not a webinar or a 5-day challenge is because this framework works with both. Now, for me, I've been seeing better results running a 1-hour webinar rather than a whole 5-day challenge, but I know people who have been running 5-day challenges and getting better results than with a webinar. Now, for my webinar presentation, I use a modified version of Russell Brunson's perfect webinar script, and I'll actually leave a card up above here for a video where I'm gonna break that out in depth. But for now, just know that I'm using a perfect webinar script to drive people to that post-event sales funnel. And when it comes to getting people from registering over on the HighLevel page over into the webinar room, I put them into a simple automation just like this one, which emails them, 4 days, 3 days, 2 days leading up to the event, just to keep myself top of mind. And for the webinar itself, I just run a basic Zoom webinar. I like Zoom because I ask for a lot of audience participation during the webinar, and Zoom has a very low lag. So when I ask a question and tell someone to say, let's say, put a number in the chat, put a 1 in the chat, it's typically only about 2 to 3 seconds from when I say it to when my audience hears it. But once you get the webinar hooked up and you get the presentation slides dialed in, you're ready to start driving traffic to this machine that's gonna bulk sign up all of your people. Once you have your onboarding process in place, you've got your pre and your post webinar funnels in place, and you've also got your reminder sequences and your webinar room or challenge room set up, all it becomes a game of is driving traffic to that initial registration page. You just want as many people as possible seeing that registration page, and the whole conversion process and the whole machine is gonna work on its own. And for me, I've realized that it really doesn't matter how you get people to that page. The most popular forms of traffic are short form video, long form video like YouTube, but also paid advertising on things like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that. But that's another video. This one's getting long. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel, turn the bell on so you don't miss the video, and watch me as I document my process all the way to 2,000 users on my HighLevel white label SaaS. And I will see you in another one of these videos up here in the corner.